So I've been asking myself, what the hell is happening to Hollywood of late? What happened to the good old action movies that were just action movies or movies for the sake of them being movies? You know, like RRR, movie for the sake of entertainment, not just movies to preach to me. I don't want to be preached to. I think life reality is too harsh. I don't want to go watch something and have the movie preach to me what I already know. But that is what happening. That is what is happening today with the Hollywood movies. And you ask yourself why. Well, I have a theory. I don't know if you'll agree with my theory, but it's my theory. You can have your theory on the comment section. I think Hollywood is moving, and this came to me after the Bob Chapek story. I think we have more marketers today making movies rather than creative people making movies. You know, there was the golden age of Akina Spielberg, people like Spielberg and James Cameron, where movie directors were actually creative people who are passionate about film, and they get an opportunity to put that creativity out, you know. But that was in the 90s and the 80s. Today, we have a lot of marketers and accountants sitting in the conceptualization of films. So when they're there, the objective, even before we have the story, even before we have the concept, they'll go like, yo, how are we going to market this? So the first thing, you know, the way you have, like, first you have your story, then you have your characters, then you have your sets and stuff. The first thing that they have is, how are we going to market this? So they're not thinking about the story, they're thinking about how are we going to market this and make as much money as possible. The story is supposed to dictate everything else that's supposed to happen in that film. The story is supposed to dictate what kind of characters that you're going to have in that film. The story is the core. Everything is supposed to fit into the story. But today, before you even think of the story, they think of all these other things. You know why? Because it's going to be marketable. You know, the marketing team is not going to have a problem. They're going to say, we have in this film. That's why I can't help wonder. Disney does a fantastic film. Then they go like, this animation will have the first gay or whatever character. What does that have to do with the story? I want to watch the animation for the sake of the story. I don't care about, are these so-called gay, straight, black, white, blue characters going to add value to the story? That's what these marketers in America forget. And that's why Hollywood slowly is becoming boring. And that's why I'm stopping going to the theater, because every time I go to watch a fucking film, I get disappointed. I've watched, like, how many films have I watched this year? I've watched a couple of films. I think Wakanda Forever and Top Gun. Because I knew that, you know, the directors, Ryan Coogler, the other had Tom Cruise and the director of Tron Legacy. So I knew that there was a sense of creativity, there was commitment, and there was someone who was based on creating quality products. Not just, you know, yes, you have your idea, but you don't care about your idea. We need you to have all this before you even make what's supposed to be there. And that's my theory. That's how I think we have a big problem in Hollywood. And that's why you know, the way you look at 80s movies and you go like, wow, how are these people thinking? It's all about muscle, chest, oily bodies. And you go like, what the hell were these people thinking? Or you go into the 90s and you have this CGI, they're trying out CGI and they make these pathetic CGIs in their movies, and you go like, what the hell were they thinking? So in the future, maybe 10 years from now, people are going to look back and start thinking, what the hell were they thinking? Sacrificing stories for preaching and having, there's nothing wrong. And you need to understand something. Inclusion is very important, but inclusion, diversity, and all these things should not dictate what the story is about. It's not supposed to dictate the story. The story is supposed to dictate all these other things if they're supposed to be there. If a movie doesn't require a black character, don't have a black character. If a movie doesn't require a white character, don't have a white character. Like what they did with Wakanda Forever. They had this white Freeman. Freeman, I was wondering what exactly is this character's role in this film? Because he didn't feel like he fit in. He felt like he was in a totally different film, and they decided to add him just for the white people to feel included. You know, such kind of decision making, you go like, yeah, I think I'm really going to step back on consuming film because it's not adding value to it's not entertaining anymore. It's more of preaching. And that's my theory. Let me not continue very much. You have your theory, put it down in the comment section. Let's talk about it. And yeah, it's open. You can say what you want to say. I'm not going to say like be nice. No, just say what you have to say because it's your truth. Am I preaching? Oh my goodness, I'm preaching. Okay, I'm sorry. Just do your thing. Comment section.